Hello everyone and welcome to this Pytest tutorial series. In this particular tutorial, we will be learning about parameterized fixtures. So let's begin. In our previous tutorial, we learned that what are the fixtures in Pytest. Now let's talk about the parameterized fixtures. Parameterized fixtures in Pytest provides a way to run the same test with the multiple set of data. Now by combining the power of fixtures and the parameters, you can make your test more flexible, modular and data driven. Now, what is the syntax of using this parameterized fixture? So let me go here and let me copy this one from here and let me create one new Python file and let me name it as parameterized fixtures and paste it over here. So first thing is that we need to import the Pytest here, and here inside this one we need to provide the parameters. So for example, what you need to do is that you need to provide the parameters like params is equals to, and then you need to provide the parameters like parameter 1, 2 or 3, the number of parameters you need. Okay, and what else you need to do is that you need to provide a request and return the request dot param. So what it means that, for example, if I remove these lines of code and here, for example, you need to go with the request. Okay, and then what we'll do is that return, then we'll say request dot param. Okay, so it will return the parameters, right? So now let's take a real-time example here to understand how it works. So what I'll do is that inside this params, let me go with the different parameters. For example, I say, okay, you need to run on the Chrome and then you need to run on Firefox, then I'll go with the Edge here. Okay, so I'm just providing a different parameters over here. Okay, and rest looks good to me, and just let me change the name over here. And for example, this is a browser, so I'll say browser. So now we have created this parameterized fixture. Now what we need to do is that we need to use this in our test. So what I will do is that let me create a test function over here. So def test underscore browser underscore launch, and inside this I will pass this browser fixture, and here I will simply go with the print statement and go with the assertion as well. Okay, so f strings, and here I will say running test on and space curly bracket browser, and here I will say assert, and inside this assert I will say assert browser in, and I will go with this complete array over here. Okay, complete list of parameters over here. Okay, and now we are good to go, and you see that the usage of this particular fixture is 3 because we have 3 parameters over here. If I add one more, for example, I will say my browser. Okay, so now the usage will change to the 4. It will take some time to update, but now let's run this one. Let me remove this one and run this one and see what happens over here. Okay, let's run this one. Let me change this to current file and let me run this one. So you see that our test got executed and there are 3 tests passed, and here you see that it got executed on Chrome, Firefox and Edge. Now what I'll do is that let me add one more over here, just like my browser, and now if I run this one, so this time you see that 1 test got failed, 3 passed, and out of the 4. Now because this particular test got executed with the 4 set of data, and when we are asserting with this one, and this one is different, so that's why 3 passed and 1 failed. So here you see that the parameterized fixtures, Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and my browser. And this one was passed because it got asserted successfully, but this was not in the assertion section, and that's why it got failed, right? So, and we are getting all the information here why this particular assertion got failed. And in terms of execution, let me go here into terminal, and what we can do is that we can run this with the verbose to get more information about this particular test. And so inside this one we have parameterized fixtures.py, and let me run this one. So here we are getting more information here in terms of, because we are using the verbose now. So you see that pass failed, and this assertion got failed, and why this failed running in my browser. Okay, this was a fail. So 1 fail and 3 pass over here. Now when we talk about this parameterized fixtures, so basically the best practices are that you should use the IDs parameter to make test output readable. Okay, then you can combine the fixtures. You can combine the fixtures as well, and when you're combining the fixtures, you can combine them wisely so that avoid overlay complex combination of the parameterized fixtures. Okay, this is the purpose over here. And then keep test focused. This is what we need to do. We need to ensure that each test verifies a specific functionality. So if I sum up this one, so parameterized fixtures provide a powerful way to run the same test logic against the various input, which will enable robust and scalable testing, which is a data-driven testing basically. So by leveraging this feature, you can make your test suite both comprehensive and maintainable. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you like our content, then do like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. Once again, thank you so much, and see you in the next tutorial.